Hello, how you guys doing? So today we're going to be solving the DataLemur average review rating question. This is an Amazon SQL interview question, and this is an actual easy question. So the whole point of this video is really trying to show you step by step on how to solve this, the loops I go through about solving this, and kind of like my idea of how I think of solving this question. And if you really want to see the answer, you can just skip this video and go straight to the end and see it. But this video will take some time of me kind of trying to explain everything of how I go about solving this question. So this is a Postgres question. Um, MySQL is still coming soon, but we're gonna solve this using Postgres syntax. So without further ado, let's begin. Given the review table, write a query to retrieve the average star rating for each product, grouped by month. The output should display the month as a numerical value, product ID, and average star rating rounded to two decimal places. Sort the output first by month and then by product ID. So we do know this is a review table. So first thing I usually start doing is I'm not even going to look at these examples right here. This example input. I mean, I can look at this, see the columns, see the data types, sure, but to really understand the data, you have to see it. And that's the big thing you have to understand. Like, you have to understand the data you're working with. So we're gonna hit the run code right here, and we're gonna get the table. So first off, we have a review ID. So whoever reviewed this is the review ID for that review. The submit date, the date it was submitted, the product ID that was reviewed on, the stars that product ID received, and this is the user who put that review for that product with the rating and everything and the submit date. So now we really understand. So let's go back to the question and see exactly what it's asking for. Like, I want to keep going back and back trying to understand exactly what we can say stakeholder, right? What they're asking for here. So we do know we got to get the average star rating for each product group by month. And the output should display month as a numerical value, product ID, and the average star rating rounded to two decimal places. And then we're gonna sort by, and we can do this at the end. So usually when I start solving any SQL question, really, I'll start using from. So from what, where are we getting this data from? So from review, all right, we're gonna go select. From review, we're going to select the the output to display by month as a numerical value. So this is the month right here. We gotta get the month from the submit date. With PostSQL, I'm gonna say PostSQL, Postgres, whatever. Postgres, I'm going to use the syntax extract. So usually, other syntax like MySQL, I usually just put year in the column, and then I'll get the year. But with Postgres, you have to use the syntax extract column, whatever you want. Do you want the year, the day, or the month? We want the month. So month, extract month from submit date. I'm gonna use an alias, and I'll make more videos in the future of what an alias is, of what like these clauses are. I'll go more in depth into it, right? But I'm kind of laying out. Let's go and like skimming through it a little bit. I'll still kind of try to explain it. But we're gonna use an alias, which is basically like a nickname. And we're gonna name it month. Can't spell. Okay, month column. So we got the month as a numerical value. This is a date time integer. And really, the extract will only really work on a datetime integer or datetime data type. If this was an integer, the submit date, there's a high chance it's probably not going to work. It's not going to work. The extract would not work. It would not be able to extract the month from an integer data type. So Next, the product ID. So we can just product ID. Okay. And the average star rating rounded to 2 decimal places. So we know we have to round. So we're gonna do round column. And then we gotta get the average. So AVG, this is the syntax. Like I said, I'll go more depth into these syntax, these clause, whatever, in the future. So we got the round, we got the average, and we're going to put the column name, stars. And we're gonna give an alias, which is a nickname. Oh, actually, so for the round, we're gonna round to 2 decimal places. So we're gonna do column 2. So this is the average of stars, and then this is the round, rounded to 2 decimal places. We're gonna give an alias as AVG average stars, and that is it. Now we got the from. Go back where so from. So next, we usually would be the where clause. This is where if we have any conditions or anything we wanna kind of like remove from the data, but we don't have anything. The question didn't ask anything, so we're gonna skip that. We're gonna go straight to the group by, and you always need to group by everything that is not aggregated, or you always gotta group by in general if you have anything aggregated like the round, like the average. So we're going to group by the month right here. And again, I'll go more in detail of why I didn't choose the month alias over here, of why I had to choose the whole extract right thing right here. So we're gonna go by the month column. Also gonna go by the product ID, and then we're going to order by, sort the output first by month and then by product. So we're gonna order by month, and then comma product ID. Alright, let's see if everything's right. I'm gonna remove this. I don't need this anymore. So we'll select the month. We're gonna extract it from the submit date. Oh, let's start over. So from review, we're going to select the month. We have first extracted the month from submit date, name it as month, the product ID, and the average rounded by 2 decimal places. And then we're gonna group by the month and the product ID, and then we're going to order by month and product ID. So we're gonna hit run code. Oh, look, I got an error. Specified relation does not exist. Let me see. What does that mean? Months? Did I spell anything right? Hold on. I spelled month right. See, there's always gonna be an error no matter how much you think you got it right. So it's not this. Round average from view. Reviews. Line 2. Oh, look at that. I did not. I misspelled the table. Alright. So there's always gonna be an issue, always. So you gotta double check and really understand what you're doing, because if you do not understand what you're doing, it's always gonna be a mistake. So I misspelled. I forgot to put the S, but we figured that out. Didn't take that long at all. So we got the month, product ID, and the average stars found it in 2 decimal places. So let's submit this and accept it. So this was a pretty easy question without me messing up, not putting the S. One little thing can mess the whole code up. It's crazy. But like I said, in the future, I'll be creating more videos on more medium, difficult question. Again, I'll do the same thing step by step on how to figure that out and how to do it. And I'll also be making more videos on the different syntax like the select clause, the from clause, group by order, window function, rolling average, really everything SQL related. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a good one. Thank you.